are alternate, but they are convex with even margins, and this grows in aquariums and is very useful as an aquarium plant. We also have the shrubs, bushes, although they are sometimes taken out of Phyllanthus in another genus, for example Pseudophyllanthus, and it is a bush shrub. Sometimes it was also included under Andrechny. And this particular Pseudophyllanthus genus was established only in the year 2008, and only one species, and Pseudophyllanthus ovalis, and this falls under the tribe Poranthera. Another herbs, group of herbs, the tribe of herbs under the family Phyllanthacea. The genus is named after the pore in the anther. That a unique feature has given rise to another genus, Poranthera. Poranthera microphylla is found in Australian continent, and herb is hardly 10 centimeter. Under the genus Phyllanthus, we have the plants which show nyctinosity, that is, the leaves close during night hours. For example, we see this phenomena in case of Phyllanthus mirabilis, and Phyllanthus mirabilis is found in Thailand. It is endemic, and it is also unique in having the caduciform of the stem. Stem is thickened, caduciform, and leaves close during night hours. Another species which show nyctinosity, that is circadian rhythm during night hours, is Phyllanthus pulcher. It is also called the tropical leaf flower. Phyllanthus is basically a paraphyletic genus, where we have, as per the Wagner and Warren Wagner and David Lawrence, they have clubbed the species which were very close to Phyllanthus, where sometimes they were segregated into their own distinct genera, like Bryannia, Glaucidion, Riverchonia, Sauropus. But presently, all these genera also stand grouped under the genus Phyllanthus. So we see even Glaucidion, the tree which we find even in Jammu Shivaliks, which is Glaucidion velutinum. Locally, Dogras call it as Kadsama or Sun Cambella. And this particular plant, once known as Glaucidion velutinum, is now known as Phyllanthus velutinus. Common name is velvety melon featherfoil, or also known as downy melon featherfoil. And this particular tree is very distinct in knowing, in Nepali language it is called a kalikot. But this particular tree shows very unique pollination mechanism, as its pollinator is a distinct moth which comes during night hours, and this moth belongs to the family genus Epicephala. So Epicephala albifrons has also been reported to use the plant Phyllanthus neruri, medicinal plant, as the larval host. This moth affects pollination even in the Glaucidion, presently called as Phyllanthus velutinus. This tree, Phyllanthus velutinus, has ovary 4 to 7 celled and 8 to 14 lobed superficially, and we see the depressed fruit, and it is also found in Jammu forest. Not only this, we have the amla, which is our very familiar North Indian amla, Phyllanthus umbilica. Likewise, in South India we have another amla which is called as Phyllanthus acidus. It is rich in acid, rich in vitamin C. The plant looks more like Kamarak, Avirua. So there was a time when it was also called as Avirua acida because of rich acid content and Avirua like leaves. But it is basically a Phyllanthus genus plant, presently as named as Phyllanthus acidus, commonly called as Malaya gooseberry, Tahitian gooseberry, star gooseberry, West Indian gooseberry. Plant does not resemble amla of North India, but it more the leaf wise it is just like Kamarak, Avirua carambola. But this is native to Madagascar and has got worldwide distribution. In Tamil language it is known as Chalmeri or Karfaroi, Harfaroi. In Kannada it is called Nellikai or Arunallikai. In Telugu it is called as Khatamada or Arinelli. In Maranelli. In Manipur it is called Nora. It is also found in Salvador, Florida, Puerto Rico, Venezuela in the American continent. And this Phyllanthus is usually also cultivated in the herbal garden, as we find in FRLST, Foundation for Revitalization of Local Health Traditions in Bangalore, and lot of native medicinal as well as the culinary uses are reported for this fruit also. It is also made into jams, jellies and sherbets with health benefits. The another leaf flower, that is Phyllanthus, is Phyllanthus abnormis, which is reported to be toxic to the cattle, sheep, and it is herbaceous. It is not woody, and it commonly called as Drummond's leaf flower. Another plant which is seen is Phyllanthus arbuscula. It is found in Jamaica, again the American continent, and it is near threatened. Another Jamaican gooseberry is Phyllanthus acuminatus from Jamaica, but it is a herb-like plant and it is used as a fish poison, pesticide. Another plant which we find in this critically endangered from India, basically from the Annamalai Hills in Coimbatore district, named after Annamalai Hills as Phyllanthus annamalayanus. Earlier it was named Pseudoglochidion annamalayanus. This is the plant under the genus Phyllanthus, critically endangered and found only in Tamil Nadu. Another endangered plant seen in Jamaica, American continent, is Phyllanthus axillaris, which is endemic and threatened. We also have the plants under this genus which are very reputed medicinal Ayurvedic herbs. One of the plant which we usually see is called as Phyllanthus neruri variety amarus or Phyllanthus amarus. This is popularly known as stone breaker or shatter stone because it has the ability to even break the kidney stones or even the gallstones. This is the annual plant which usually we find during monsoon season, rainy season. And this is a promising nephrolithiasis or urolithiasis medicinal plant. It is also known as carry me seed. It's also called black cat nip or child pick a back. It is also known as gale of wind or gulf leaf flower. And this is called as buhi amla. And this is the Phyllanthus amarus. Here the leaves are simple but they look like pinnate, as we find even in amla. Another similar plant which is usually we see in the paddy fields, that is lal buhi amla with the reddish branches, and it is perennial. It has the red tinged branches and its capsules, fruits, they are also verrucose. And this particular plant, the fruits, they burst open, and it is known as Phyllanthus urinaria. And this is also known in Hindi as Hajar Mani because of the fruit groups on the branchlets. So this is also called a Bhumia amalki. And another plant, similar plant used for urinary troubles against UTI and against other ailments is Phyllanthus fraternus. That is also known as a Gulf leaf flower or fraternus. But here the fruit is trilobate. We have another very prominent relationship of the moth that is called as Epicephala. The symbiotic relationship as we find with fig and fig wasp, are Yucca and Pronubia insect. They are obligate symbiotic relationship. They help each other. So likewise, even in Glochidion, presently called as Phyllanthus, we see the moth affecting the pollination, and even its larval larval food is its fruit. So this particular moth is called as Epicephala moth of leaf, or they are also called as leaf flower moths, because these affect pollination and use the plants as larval food, and mostly they fall under the genus Phyllanthus. Phyllanthus means leaf flowers. So leaf flower moths under the genus Epicephala are important pollinators of many Phyllanthus species. We have some more vulnerable plants. For example, we have Menechia stipularis from Tanzania, Menechia phylanthoides again from Madagascar, or Menechia capilipus from Tanzania, which is vulnerable and used for the stomach ailments. Another poisonous plant seen in Jammu hills is Madariya. Locally we called as Mududi or Madariya, which is earlier it was called as Arachne cordifolia, Andrachne cordifolia, now also known as Leptopus cordifolia. This is commonly popularly called as hot leaf maiden bush. And likewise we have the species under Phyllanthus. Even some climbing plants are also reported. And another plant which is also found in India, especially South India, and it is called multivitamin plant. Multivitamin plant are also known as sweet leaf bush, and this is a reputed vegetable used in cuisines as a nutritional diet. And the plant was earlier named as Sauropus androgynous, but now it is also called as Phyllanthus androgynous because of that clubbing of related genera under the genus Phyllanthus. And this particular Sauropus androgynous looks like Andrachne from a distance, and earlier it was also known as Andrachne ovata. And it also was named under the Phyllanthus as Phyllanthus acidissimus, or Phyllanthus strictus, or Phyllanthus speciosus, or Phyllanthus gelanicus, as it is mostly restricted to South India and Sri Lanka and Southeast Asia. It is also known as star gooseberry, and this particular plant is a good source of provitamin A, which can be metabolized to vitamin A. It is a rich source of vitamin B also, then vitamin C, even vitamin K. Not only this, even carotenoids, proteins, minerals, and it is useful against body weight loss. But if we take in excess, then we have the harmful impact also, because the plant also contains papaverine, which is usually found in papaver, poppies, and so it should be taken in the less quantity. This is the herbaceous shrub, although it grows up to 2-3 meter tall, but this is a herbaceous, not woody, Sauropus androgynous. And in Kannada language it is called as Chakramuni or Chakrani. In Tamil it is called as Palikkarputtu. And here we have the stems. They are edible, you can eat even raw, and they have the flavor of nutty flavor, a pea-like flavor. And flowers are red, and fruits are against explosive. It is also used against the treatment of cough and fever. Another plant which is seen in South India, Central India, earlier it was called as Kirginelia reticulata, but again this particular genus also stand transferred to Phyllanthus, presently called Phyllanthus reticulatus, and earlier it was also called as Sicca reticulata. And here again the pollinator is a moth from the genus Epicephala. 5 meter tall shrub. This is again popularly called as black honey shrub, also known as black berried feather foil, also called potato bush, or nettle leaved leaf flower, Phyllanthus reticulatus. We have the Phyllanthus amarus herb, monsoon herb, and a particular butterfly called as common sergeant uses this plant as a host plant. As far as our amla is concerned, amla is a highly medicinal plant, nutritional plant. It is useful to build the body immunity. It can balances the three dosh, kapha, pitta, vata. It also checks the hair fall. It is useful for the skin complexion, blackening of the hair, anti-aging, for the control of cholesterol, and this is a detoxifier of the liver. It is rich in calcium, iron, phosphorus, and is also sacred. This is used in Chavanprash and is a liver tonic. This is useful for blood purification, blood circulation, and it is sacred to God Vishnu. And the fruit is also depicted in the temple architecture, and we feel the Amalka Stupa at a location in Patna, where it is reported that location where King Ashoka gifted the fruit of Amla to the Buddhist Sangha. So the same location we have the stupa, and it depicts the Amla fruit, Phyllanthus umbilica. So this is the history, culture, folklore, medicinal uses, traditional uses, and rich biodiversity under the genus Phyllanthus. Earlier it was put under Euphorbiaceae, spurge family, but now because of the phylanthide branching, where even the specialized branching, deciduous, plagiotropic, floriferous branches, they bear flowers. So this phylanthide branching and other characters have segregated the genus as Phyllanthus in the family Phyllanthacea. So presently it is not in the Euphorbiaceae family.